Greg Casar, the former Austin City Council member, is projected as the winner in that race. And I believe that we have him standing by on the line. So I just want to welcome him into the conversation as we continue to follow those results. Congressman Casar, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations for winning U.S. House District 35. And I believe you might be muted there, Congressman. Congressman-elect, I should say.
Thank you so much for having me.
There we go.
And funny that the first thing that happened here was the unmuting of the Zoom era, but I am so appreciative to be able to serve this community in the United States Congress.
Yeah, you did touch on that, but how are you feeling at this time now that we projected you to win U.S. House District 35?
We know that we're in it for the long haul if we want to be able to codify Roe v. Wade and restore abortion rights, if we want to tackle the climate crisis and raise people's wages so that they can keep up with the rising cost of living. It's going to take real work and real organizing, and I'm committed to that for the long haul in this community, because we know that the progressive movement is alive and growing in Texas. We have to continue to build that if we want to be able to help everyday people who are struggling to make ends meet.
Based on the results that we're seeing, it does appear that the Republicans may take control of the House of Representatives there in Washington. How are you potentially preparing for that switch in power as you enter your term in Congress?
I will work with anyone who wants to make sure we bring down the rent, to make sure we raise workers' wages, to protect our democracy. And I will defend Austin and Hays County and all of Texas from attacks on our democracy and on our basic rights. So I'm ready to try to deliver for working Texans. But if we see the extreme right continue to try to take away people's rights, I'm going to stand up unapologetically on a progressive and pro-worker platform, because that's why we had over 75% of the votes in this race, over 4 times the votes of any other candidate in the primary, because we need to be able to stand up for working people. I'm also inspired by members of Congress like Congresswoman Cori Bush, who, it doesn't matter whether she was in the majority or in the minority, she was able to stand up and do things like take action on the steps of the Capitol to ask the president to protect renters from being evicted. And she on her own was able to push the president to change policy. And I myself will continue to be an active member that isn't afraid to stand up to anybody for our constituents.
You shared there a few of your priorities as you're going to enter Congress next year. What will those be, if you could just sum up them and really concentrate on this next time?
We need to be able to protect people's civil rights and expand them by expanding voting rights, by restoring abortion rights. We have to become and get back to Texas's progressive pro-worker roots, where we can raise the minimum wage at least to $15 an hour. And we probably need more than that in places like Austin and Hays County and San Antonio. We need to give people union rights and protections on the job. We need to make sure you can pay the rent and the mortgage. And then finally, we need to tackle the climate crisis, which is an existential crisis. If we don't take that on, then we could lose millions of people's jobs and homes, and we could even lose people's lives. So we've got to be able to protect people's lives by tackling the climate crisis, by putting in place gun safety reform, and just standing up for working people instead of corporate interests.
Greg Casar, the former Austin City Council member and now the projected winner of U.S. House District 35, a member of Congress. Mr. Casar, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time tonight.
Thank you so much to you, to all of your viewers, and to the voters for this honor.
All right, congratulations again, and enjoy the rest of your night. All right, everybody, again, that is Congressman-elect Greg Casar joining us for results.